Good evening, afternoon or morning. Movie Cat is at the microphone and today I will tell you about a stylish action-packed criminal movie, Bullet Train.
Hey, this is nice.
Tokyo. Someone threw little Wetter off the roof, but he survived and ended up in the hospital. The father is eager to find out who did this and take revenge. His dad, the boy's grandfather, an elderly man with a cane, reproaches the father for what happened. Meanwhile, a former hitman hurries to the train. He looks for a peace in himself, visits a psychotherapist and tries to intentionally not kill anymore, so the curator gives him the task not to eliminate, but just to pick up a certain suitcase from the train. For peacefulness and luck, the curator by the phone gives him a new call sign, Ladybug. At the same second, Ladybug enters a puddle. In his earphone, curator says that this task was supposed to be carried out by another, more authoritative mercenary named Carver, but he fell ill. The father and Ladybug enter the train almost simultaneously. Brothers are already sitting there, Tangerine and Lemon. They fought off from the triad the kidnapped son of the most powerful Yakuza in Japan, who is called the White Death. Now the mercenaries are carrying his son and a $10 million ransom that didn't have to be paid. Ladybug estimates how long the search will take: 26 railroad cars, each with 100 passengers, having around 2 suitcases per person. At the same moment, on the first luggage rack, he finds the desired case with a steam locomotive sticker on the handle. The task is completed and he, in full confidence that he was lucky, is heading to the exit at the nearest stop. He need to hurry, because at each station the train stops for only 1 minute. Suddenly, an unknown person in a Mexican outfit hits Ladybug with a knife. The doors close, the train moves on. The father got on the train because he received a note. I pushed him, first class, place 84. There, a girl named Prince says that the father is in trouble. After all, her man is now in the hospital at the bed of little Wataru. Prince wants the father to kill the White Death. Lemon notices the suitcase is missed, and Tangerine concludes that they are now dead, because he knows about the reputation of the White Death. Once upon a time, the Japanese Yakuza was ruled by the great Minajishi. He was powerful and respected traditions. Once a 2-meter Russian came to them, he was expelled from the KGB and, thanks to strength and cruelty, quickly rose to the very top. Companions warned the great Minajishi, do not trust the Russian, he is not controllable. He can betray, he is like White Death. And so it happened, the Russian acquired associates. Then they killed Minajishi and his people in one night. Since then, the White Death has ruled Yakuza. Lemon asks if he is so powerful, why he hires outsiders, instead of freeing his son himself. Tangerine patiently answers, a few days ago, the wife of the White Death had an accident and died. Now he is grieving. And he hired the brothers, because they recently staged a real meat grinder with dismemberments in Bolivia, which means they are professionals. Tangerine offers to search the train, and starting from their railroad car, the mercenaries find the son of the White Death dead. Blood flows from his eyes. The mercenaries decide, at least the case must be found, so they put glasses on the corpse, disguising it as a sleeping one. 26 years ago, Mexico, a boy buries his father, puts on his wolf medallion and decides it's time to become strong. From now, he is the wolf. The guy grows up and becomes a bandit. He is strong guy and accurate shooter and therefore succeeds. Also, the wolf meets a beautiful girl and eventually rolls up a luxurious wedding. There, a clumsy waiter spills wine on his white jacket. All of a sudden, everyone present begins to bleed from their eyes, including the bride. Only the groom remains alive and of course he wants to take revenge. Having instructed the assistants to find the one who did it, the wolf receives a photo of the killer and an indication of the place where he will be tomorrow. Armed and dressed in a Mexican outfit, the wolf flies to Japan, goes to the station and at the entrance to the railroad car sees a waiter who worked at his wedding. The wolf stabs him, the doors close, the train moves on. The knife sticks into a smartphone and Ladybug remains intact. Fighting off the enraged wolf, Ladybug tries to explain that he does not know him and does not want to fight, but to no avail. The wolf throws a knife that bounces off the suitcase right back at his heart. Ladybug hastily cleans up, seats the dead wolf and disguises him as a drunk. Ladybug again fails to get out of the train because one of the doors is blocked by the armed Lemon and other accidentally by the train's mascot, Momonga. Then Ladybug returns to the bar car and hides the suitcase there. Tangerine asks the passengers if they saw a man with a suitcase with a steam locomotive sticker on the handle. Prince describes Ladybug. Realizing that he is besieged, Ladybug tries to negotiate with Lemon if it is possible to return the suitcase him back and peacefully go in opposite directions. Unsuccessfully, with difficulty, but having won the fight, Ladybug, just in case, sprinkles sleeping pills to the Lemon's bottle of water. Hurrying to the other end of the train, Ladybug tries to make a barricade on one of the doors. But one cage opens and a snake suddenly crawls out. Ladybug is carefully leave a danger zone. The prince saw which way Ladybug carried the suitcase to, so she easily finds it in the bar car. The prince fills the case with explosives that will detonate when opened. She then explains to the father that he will have to carry this case to the White Death. For backup plan, she gives him a gun that will explode when fired. Everyone knows the White Death executes his life in creatures from their own weapons. Tangerine finds his brother beaten and senseless. Upon learning that Lemon's weapons were taken away, Tangerine gives his partner his revolver and reminds to put on a bulletproof vest. Tangerine geolocates Lemon's stolen phone and finds Ladybug hiding in the toilet. A long fight ensues, which is interrupted only by a phone call to Tangerine from the people of the White Death. They demand Lemon and Tangerine get off at the next station for 30 seconds and prove to the local Yakuzas that everything is okay with the suitcase. Ladybug asks if the Yakuzas know what does Lemon look like. Ladybug, pretending Lemon, and Tangerine at the stop show the Yakuza someone's suitcase, passing it off as the right one. Yakuzas are pleased and tell the mercenaries to ride to Kyoto. Everything almost worked out and Ladybug jokingly spin the combination lock. The suitcase suddenly opens and some clothes fall out. Tangerine and Ladybug jump into the car, the doors close and the train moves on. Now, in Kyoto, the White Death will surely be waiting for them with a whole army of thugs. To avoid this, Ladybug is going to get off at the next stop. He even tells Tangerine where he hid the case. However, the Tangerine is not going to let him go, because someone will need to be blamed for the White Death's son murder. Then Ladybug kicks the enemy and Tangerine flies to the platform. The doors close, the train moves on. Tangerine manages to jump onto a gentle electric locomotive at the end of the train. At this moment, Lemon meets Prince and asks if she has seen a case with a steam locomotive sticker. Prince shows the way with the suitcase was carried to, but Lemon did not say that it was suitcase. Lemon immediately shoots the father and then, while drinking water, finds out that Prince is not a frightened girl, but a professional killer. Lemon is about to shoot her when suddenly he falls knocked down by sleeping pills. Prince shoots Lemon several times in the chest and hides both men in the toilet. Tangerine, with great difficulty holding onto the electric locomotive, with brass knuckles breaks the glass of the cabin and returns into the train. Curator calls Ladybug. She found out that the whole Mexican wedding was poisoned by a hitman who specializes in poisons, named Hornet. In the same way, Hornet recently killed the best heart surgeon in the world. Ladybug takes a photo of a woman from the dead wolf's pocket. Exactly the same woman appears in front, in the uniform of a train attendant. 47 minutes ago, a man dressed as Momonga approaches the son of the White Death and sticks a syringe into him. Later, Momonga kills the train attendant. A woman takes off Momonga's costume because it's too hot inside and puts on the uniform of a murdered train attendant to disguise herself. Hornet asks Ladybug why he let her snake go, and without waiting for any answer, she attacks. During the fight, Ladybug manages to find out from the opponent that she was hired by an unknown customer to kill the son of the White Death and the fee she can find in the suitcase with a steam locomotive sticker. Hornet snatches out a syringe with poison, but Ladybug injects it into her. Then she snatches out a syringe with an antidote, but Ladybug injects it into himself. Hornet dies a painful death, blood flows from her eyes. Tangerine finds his brother in a toilet. He sheds a tear, remembering how they both supported Chelsea in their childhood. and hangs his medallion around Lemon's neck. Suddenly, the White Death calls Tangerine and promises to meet him in Kyoto and kill for the failure of the assignment. There will be no witnesses, because the White Death bought all the tickets from the middle of the journey to the very end. That means the train is already have no passengers. Tangerine meets Prince, and since there are no more peaceful passengers on the train, it means that she is probably another killer involved in Lemon's death. Tangerine is about to shoot Prince when suddenly Ladybug appears from behind, and the girl, acting out her fear, asks for help. In a brief scuffle, the revolver shoots the Tangerine's neck. Prince says that someone terrible is waiting for them in Kyoto and asks to protect her. Ladybug decides to get off at the last stop before Kyoto, but the girl, pretending that her backpack is stuck, sobbing, asks the man not to leave. Ladybug, doomed, returns to the car. An elderly Japanese man with a cane enters another car. In an empty car, a Japanese sits down opposite a couple. Ladybug wants to change seats, reaches for a backpack, when suddenly a snake wraps around his arm and bites. Ladybug runs to the toilet. The Japanese knows that in front of him is the one who pushed his grandson off the roof and lured his son onto the train. He slowly explains to Prince, her murderer in the hospital was already killed by his murderer, so nothing threatens his grandson. Prince grabs the backpack and runs away. Ladybug returns. He says it's nothing to worry about, because he accidentally injected himself with an antidote today. Elderly says his name is the Elder, such position he held in the clan of the great Minajishi, until a Russian came and killed the boss and those close to him. The Elder survived, but his wife was killed and the house was burned down. Only his son survived, because he hid. The Elder has been waiting for many years for the day when he will be able to take revenge on the White Death, and this day is today. The Elder finds his son in a toilet, wounded but alive. Lemon wakes up nearby. Bulletproof vest saved his life. The father is angry at Lemon for shooting, and Lemon is angry at Ladybug for killing Tangerine. Despite it was an accident, the Elder convinces them all. Now they have only one enemy. The train stops in Kyoto. The White Death comes inside and sees his daughter, Prince. She is offended by her father that he abandoned her, and now she is aiming at him with her cunning gun. The White Death easily takes away the weapon, but does not try to shoot the daughter, and just passes by. Ladybug caught his attention with a suitcase. The contents of the suitcase are ordered to check the fighters of the Yakuza. Ladybug suggests that the White Death is the same anonymous person who hired him and the rest of killers. But why? The White Death explains. He need the killers to murder each other. A few days ago, the wife of the White Death died in an accident. It was another attempt on his life. Before that, he hired Tangerine and Lemon to solve some difficulty in Bolivia, but the mercenaries overdid it there, so he personally had to fly there. Therefore, his wife was in the car instead of him. She came to the hospital because a fragment of her rib pierced her heart, and only the best cardiac surgeon could help. But 2 days before that, he was poisoned by the hornet. The wife got into the car to deliver a ransom to the kidnappers of their son, so the son was in the train. And of course, the killer of his wife, Mr. Carver. Ladybug does not have time to explain that he is not a Carver, because the case explodes. Lemon in the cab presses on the gas pedal. The train starts and Yakuzas jump in. Ladybug comes to the cab, where Lemon says the train is out of control. They are attacked by Yakuzas, and eventually Lemon has to jump off the train into a river. At this time, the Elder defeats the White Death by cutting his shoulder with a katana. The train derails and skids along the ground, entering a small town. Barely alive, Death wants to kill a man he knows as the Carver, but a gun requisitioned from his daughter bursts in his hand and blows off half of his head. Prince gets out of the train. She now considers herself the head of Yakuzas and is going to shoot the survivors. Suddenly, she is hit by a truck full of tangerines. 10 minutes before, Lemon falls from the train into the river and kills Yakuza he took with. On the road, he stops a car carrying tangerines. Lemon sits into and pushes the gas pedal. Thank you for watching. Press hearts, write any comment to promote the channel, and be sure to subscribe if you want. I have more subscribers.